So let's get straight to it. Caleb, ghost of the season. Let's say there's one ghost you have this season. Who is that individual for you?
Mike Conley of the Jazz. And I know when I told you this was my pick, you lost it at me. You said, what? Why him?
Absolutely.
That is because, and whenever they traded for him originally, a bunch of NBA experts on Twitter, actual verified accounts, not fans with accounts, were saying that this move made them a dark horse for the finals. And while he did pick it up toward the end of the year and into the playoffs, he did pick it up. That stretch where he first came back, he was bad. I mean, I'm talking like 11 points per game. This is the lowest points per game he averaged for a season since 2011, 2012. So it was a down year for him. And I do know he's older, but that contract he has, still a little bit iffy. I just think he kind of underperformed, and it kind of didn't screw him over, but it definitely didn't help him out.
At first, I definitely was a little confused since I was like, Mike Conley? I mean, can he really be a ghost if he was, if, he's old? Like, it's like blaming the old man down the street for, not running fast enough. Like, come on, man, you're blaming an old man. But I get it. I get your point. A lot of people were definitely saying that this puts the Jazz as championship contenders, which I didn't personally agree with. I don't think Caleb did.
I didn't agree with that either.
But apparently these NBA experts, these guys that don't have podcasts do it. Right, Caleb?
No, they don't have podcasts. They just went on little Twitter accounts and tweeted it. Well, we got podcasts. We can voice our opinions.
We might have a blue check, but we don't need a blue check. All right. Well, you know what we have? We have our Apple and Spotify checks. Which
Yes,
we're still waiting on. My guy, Pascal Siakam. This is more of a ghost of the playoffs, not really as much of the season, but I think you could kind of jam that into one. Pascal this year, a huge letdown. Based off of watching the Raptors last year, you would think that Pascal would have a much better year. Not that he was bad last year. I thought he was great. I just thought he was going to improve. I thought we saw a player that was just slowly improving year by year. And I thought, especially without Kawhi, he loved it. I saw an interview of him, and they were like, how do you feel about Kawhi gone? And he laughed. And people were like, oh, so it seems like you're happy. He's like, hey, I love the opportunity, any opportunity I can get. So I think he was ready to be the star of that team. Mm-hmm. He decided to take on that role. As we've seen with players in the past, it doesn't always work out that way. A lot of players want to be the guy, and they're just not fit for that role. And I think that's Pascal. We saw he played very poorly in the playoffs. He did not step up at all. And he kind of, he let you. Someone could argue he let his team down. Do you think that he really should have improved more, or do you agree on the fact that he was a disappointment this year and that he just kind of disappeared, especially in the playoffs?
If he could have did what he did in the regular season in the playoffs, we wouldn't be having this conversation. But that playoff series he had, well, really in the bubble, it was bad for him. He might have had one good game in the bubble, which I think you can't have as a leader.
Historically, he had historically, there's not much history on a bubble, but I guess if you look at it based off of just pre-bubble, he had a major drop-off. So whether that be whatever personal reason, I'm not really sure. He is my ghost of the season.